Little lambs are in the shed, quite happy. That's an auntie, over the back's a mum, and there's an expectant mum. She won't be far away, we'll leave her alone. Again, the best thing I can do is bugger off and just leave her be. Is the grass better on the other side, Daffodil? I thought you'd be today, actually. Not quite there. Oh, there's Mum. There's Mum of those two lambs that are in the shed. I'm having beat Darden. Look, see that back corner? That's number 4. And she's bounced out a little lamb. I actually pretty much watched that lamb get born. And while I was talking on the phone to a mate, it got up, it shook itself off. She gave it a bit of a clean. And a little while after that, it had a feed. So I know it's had some colostrum. There it goes. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. She's actually only scanned with a single, and I think she is going to just have a single. Even though she's a beautiful big ewe, she really could do to have some twins. And there's another ewe working just in there. I've seen her come out and about, and she was pushing some ewes away. See that head bob it up and down? That's a ewe doing something with lambs there. Whether it's actually had a lamb or not. The other little lambs, look, they're happy as. Beauty. This is the way to do a lambing beat. It's not actually cold today, which is good. There's my pigs, there's pig food. The ewes are outside here, quite happy. Granny having a feed. Right, there's no lamb there. That ewe's my ewe. One of my bred ewes, spat out that lamb, no problem. That's a buy-in. She's been going at it for a while. And we're going to go to town. If she doesn't do something, she'll have a lamb pulled and then she'll be culled. Because I'm not having assisted anything in my flock. So she's on a timetable. She showed signs this morning, but she's really looking signs like she's going to push now. Yeah, she's... Right. Okay, I'll leave her for another half hour. This one's feeding well. And this girl, number 4, spat out me a ewe lamb. And she said, scanned with a single, and she's got a single. There we go, look. So she's getting in and pushing now. And this other little one. Yep, she just... I literally came across... Oh, that doesn't work. I came across with the lube, ready to pull the lamb out. You can see she's had a bit of a hard time. And I'm going to get out of here. Just get the gate open. Just leave her alone. Let her do her own thing. Well done, girl. Look at that little lamb. Look how strong he is, though. Good girl. Excuse me. You're meant to be looking after your baby. So this ewe is the ewe that just lambed. And you see her baby's not with her. She's not feeling too good because that lamb took a bit to get out. She's having a bit of a feed. I'm still just going to leave her because I'm quite comfortable that the lamb is actually going to be fine. She was a buy-in, so I don't know anything about her history. You know, she might have had a lamb as a hogget, and then she might have done exactly the same thing and just abandoned it. We've got no history on her, and she doesn't get culled because she did actually manage to birth it herself. But if she doesn't go back to it and be a mother, then the same fate occurs anyway. So I'm going to leave it for half an hour, just let her do a thing. You see these lambs over in the shed. Happy as. It's quite interesting too, because here's one ewe, that ewe's got lambs in the shed. This one right by the back of the camper van. Her babies are in the shed. She's all fine. And then someone else actually looking after the lambs over in the shed. Let's have a look. Well, they're with Auntie over there in the shed. Happy as. They were actually cuddled up underneath the camper van earlier in the day, those two. Perfect lambing paddock with a puddle in the middle of it. Hey baby, how you getting on? You're a lovely strong little baby, aren't you? But you need a mummy. Hello. Hello. Hold this please. I'm just going to capture 1/16's baby. Hello. Got 5.2. Betty, you're all funny. Can you just sit like that, please? Betty? This one. 4.9 less than 100 grams, 4.8. Right. He's hairy and he's pretty much dry, and he hasn't been licked, eh? I don't want to dry him off. I want to get him behind the gate with his mum. Look at these two.
I don't know, they're mama's babies.
Mum's nowhere to be seen. Happy as. Right, so my very first priority is checking that the lamb is healthy and is going to be able to hold up to a mothering process. This is a nice strong lamb, so that's fine. I'll check the ewe and I check the udder. This one, the udder was a little bit suspect, or something was up, but I will continue with the mothering process. I'll come back to that udder later on. Right, getting that lamb into the right spot to feed. The lamb generally knows what to do. It wants to stay alive. It wants to find that nipple and get suckling. So I generally just make sure that the ewe is constrained. And whenever I push on the back of the head, I've got to stop doing that because the lamb tends to push back. Just letting the lamb sort of find its way around. And the lamb will get in and attempt to feed off that ewe. And the idea is to get as much colostrum in initially as we can. If the lamb is having a bit of trouble finding a nipple, then sometimes a bit of a guidance on the mouth can help. Getting that ewe just to stand still. She isn't kicking. She isn't trying to kill the lamb or do any damage to the lamb. Sometimes you will get ewes that will try to bunt those lambs really quite harsh, or beat that lamb up. So those ones often I still will try to mother on, but I'll just make sure that the lamb has a pen next to the ewe initially, that the ewe can't just get in and kill that lamb. That's really, really important. She said he's in there, isn't he?
Mm.
Mummy's not sure though. Come, Mummy, stay still. Mummy's looking for a way out now. This is where we get problems when there's a lamb in there. And she's trying to squish him. Wrong place, little buddy. Come find that teeth. Because I've got two hands on Mum. That's right, there. Good boy. No, not quite. Yeah, thank you. I prefer to leave it quite a while before I will step in and give assistance, because often nature knows what to do. Those ewes know what to do.
In the case of this one, it doesn't. It was clearly obvious that she wasn't going to get in and come back and feed that lamb. But I get in and I just stabilise the ewe, and as you can see, I'm more controlling the ewe than controlling the lamb. The lamb just gets in and does his own thing. Well, we flip you around, Mum. We'll do that other side, eh? Thank you very much. Just going to turn you around. Nice and gentle. Be slowly. Be slowly. Just get a bit stronger than me. The other things to look for is whether that ewe is offering mothering sounds, chatting to the lamb, and really watch for that lamb's little tail going. Also check the lamb's tummy, see what's going on in there, see if that lamb is filling up with milk nicely. And sometimes coming back later on and doing several feeds works very, very effectively. It can take a lot of energy for those lambs too to be feeding, and that's another advantage of getting in. And I've got to remember, I still got to remember, not pushing on the back of the head. Behind the lamb works and often works better than the head. As you can see, I need to have 10% of his body weight, colostrum.
So 500 mils.
He's 4.8. Didn't I say?
Yeah.
4.8. Yeah, so just about 500 mils. You need to have in like the first 6 hours or something.
So that explains why they. Is it there?
Yeah, there's some of there. Problem is now pushing on him doesn't work. He's kind of had quite a good feed.
Okay.
There he goes again. Yes. He's had a pretty good feed. I think I'll leave him for a couple of hours. Hour and a half.
Okay. I'll go and get some water.
Yep.
And some pellets.
Yep. She's had a bit of a feed, so she's had a feed outside.
Yeah.
I've got this paddock next door to the barn just for this purpose. That's why I've kept grass in that paddock.
Yep.
So she won't go with the rest of the. She can stay in here. We'll tie the gate up. And in the morning, hopefully he's going to wake up with a lovely full tummy, and she can go in that paddock on her own for a couple of days.
Okay.
So, miss.
So she is one of the sheep from.
Piggery. She's one of the two-tooths. So she's now a four-tooth. So it's a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
No history. Don't know if she lost a lamb as a hoggard or anything. Don't know nothing about her.
So is this one of the organics?
No.
Okay.
No, the organics are 108. They're the small ones. She's the little stumpy thing.
So this is one of the girls out of you. Oh my God, I bidded. I didn't realise.
Correct. That's one of them.
Okay.
We'll just leave her alone. Not too many. I don't want acidosis to acidosis. So this is how sheep work. I'm due to go out for dinner tonight, and I probably should pull that blue canary out of there too. But I'm due to go out for dinner, and she decides to make my life a bit more tricky. I didn't have to pull it out, so that was a good thing, but my rule is 0 lambing assistance, and that includes putting her in a pen to mother a lamb. Okay, that is assistance, so that gives her an instant cull. She's going to be culled after after weaning, and we're going to leave her with that baby. She's pretty sore. You see, that's a 4.8 kilo lamb. That little ewe there squeezed out, that little lamb, no problems. I'm really starting to like that ewe there, actually number 116. She's quite a lovely little ewe. Lovely little ewe lamb too. But this girl, because she was having a difficult birth, and I want ewes that just spit lambs out and get on with the job. while she was starting and working her way through her birthing this today, number 4 spat a lamb out. The lamb got up, it had a feed, and number 4's gone out in the paddock with her, and she'll bring him back into the barn later on. This girl's had a bit of a feed outside, so we'll give us a little bit of pellets and make sure she's got some water, and she's locked with that lamb overnight. I will come, when I come home from dinner, I will get out here and check that lamb has had a feed, and hopefully she actually just settles down and shows some motherly love towards them, because I don't want to be rearing a lamb this early in the season. Yeah, he's actually getting a feed there. Maybe because I'm standing here. She's focused on my dog. Hey, Poppy. Then she knocks him over. Try again, little buddy. Go again. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut this bale of hay open and I'll put some hay in there.
Yeah.
She'll be able to nibble on that as well.
Yeah, and it stops the dirt.
Yeah.
She hasn't passed her cleanings either.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. As long as it's gone within 2 or 3 days, I'm considering that she was having a hard time.
Narrow pelvis, maybe?
Yeah, I got no history on her at all, which doesn't help. She's really not interested. She's got no motherly affection towards it at all. Like nothing. She's not bunting it away, so that's a good thing. But she's almost not acknowledging its presence.
Yeah.
She hasn't made any noise, any bleating.
No, that mows it. Would you call it chirping when they go?
Yeah, no, none of that.
That's what Paddington was like.
She's just a zero.
No emotion, no nothing.
We'll give her a day. Give her 2 days. I'll put her out on that paddock out there, so she can have a feed tomorrow. I'll feed the lamb a couple of times off her. Keep her on her own and see how she goes. If that doesn't work, then the lamb can come off. So I sneak away from the ewe and I hide so she doesn't know I'm here. And I sit out of her eyes. She's got other things to look at, and just watch what happens. She goes about having a feed. She's got a few pellets. She's got a bit of hay there. And this is what will happen when people intervene too much and just leaving nature to go about its thing. She's able to settle down because I'm not there. I know the lamb's had a good feed, so that's fine. But the lamb gets up and starts head back over to mum and says, "Hey, here I am, mum." And she's, again, you know, she's not bunting it away, but she's preparing for that lamb to go into that udder. She actually hunches up before the lamb goes in, and the lamb pops in and starts to feed. And so sometimes the very best thing we can do is let the ewes do what they need to do, because they get upset. They're not used to us being around us all the time. And you know, my ewes, if you've watched my other videos, you can see that I'm often around them. They're pretty good with me. This ewe is not so much. But there we go. That lamb's in there having a feed. The ewe's not distressed with me. She's happy. We can put up the boards to stop the wind getting in there. And this was a bit of an impromptu naughty corner. I wasn't expecting to have to do this to a lamb or a ewe this early in the season. But these things happen. And I have my ewes, so they are the ones that rear the lambs. I don't want to be rearing lambs if I can avoid it. But where the lamb's welfare is
at risk, I certainly will step in and take those lambs off, but if I can avoid it, I will.
I'll get the keys. Oh, we gotta put those battens down. Good morning, girls. Hey, friends. Right. It's actually really good. I've left these two in the house paddocks. Now, that girl over there in the naughty pen, in the time that she was trying to have her lamb and start stuffing around and having a bit of difficulty, this girl here, number 4, laid down, had her lamb got up, it had a feed, and she settled down with it. And she cleaned it. And that's the kind of ewe that we want, though I'd like her to have twins. And over there, in that pen is the ewe that we don't really want. And we need to remove those ones from our breeding population. Now, I did say the other day, and people frequently say that sheep have been lambing by themselves for thousands of years. But if you look at a feral sheep, it looks nothing like this. Or look at Granny, she's a mile wide. They just didn't look like that. So we've changed sheep and sort of stuffed up part of what's going on with them. And of course there are thousands and thousands of sheep in New Zealand, millions of sheep in fact, that lamb perfectly fine on their own. But see that one there, if she was on a commercial situation and the farmer was doing a lambing beat, they would have found a lamb, if they did it in the afternoon, if they did an afternoon lambing beat, just sitting in the paddock on its own, and their ewe would have been gone. And hopefully that ewe would have been picked up as being a wet dry, so she'd lambed but not reared a lamb, and then would be culled out of the flock, because we don't need sheep like that. They need to be removed from an animal welfare point of view. We can't have ewes that just drop lambs and leave them. They have to do their job. They have to be like this one and rear that lamb and look after that lamb all on their own, and they need to birth it on their own without assistance. And this girl was a buy-in, so I've got no history on her. And clearly she's not doing a great job. There's something else going on with the udder. We'll have a look at that as well. Bobby, you realise number 4's here? And again, protective mummy, she can see the dog. She's going to get that dog, which is what we want. I'd just like you to have 2, okay? You're a beautiful sheep, but you need to have 2 of those little lambs. Well, it's not that little, is it? So even better, we have ewes that don't actually need shepherding at all. They just get on and do it themselves. But to get to that point, we need more sheep like this one and less sheep like the one over the back. I'm going to get into that pen now. Oh, she's actually pushing it away now. I'm going to get into this pen. I'm going to see if that lamb's had a feed. I'll show you what's going on with this girl's udder, and we're going to get her out onto some grass for a little while. She's only got the one friend with her. See, her feed containers are at the back there. We fed her yesterday. You are looking a little bit hollow, little buddy. I did feed them last night. I did feed her last night when I got home. I went out for dinner. And I got home, got changed, and back outside to make sure that lamb did get a feed. And I was trying to avoid this video. I don't want to have ewes that I have to assist. But this is what's happened, and I just got to move on and get it sorted. She's a nice structure of ewe. She's held her condition. She did have a note on a dirty bum. Last night you were actually acknowledging that lamb, weren't you? Come here, little buddy. Here's little buddy. Come here, stay here. Okay, so let's get in and have a bit of a feel here. And he is not completely hollow. Oh, that's better, eh? He's not completely hollow. He's got some food in there. So he's managed to sneak a bit of a feed at some point.
Right, I just stand and supervise again. And if you watch, you'll see a little tail waggling. There we go, a little tail waggling. And we'll see that ewe every now and then. She just pops her head around and gives that little lamb a sniff. So both are positive steps forward. And the fact the lamb did actually have a reasonably full tummy in the morning is a really good sign that we're winning.
That's what we're wanting. Right, at this stage I'd actually like to see her acknowledging that lamb properly. This is actually, if you look under here, we've got 2 extra teats as well. Oh, you can only see one, but right up above the lamb. There's not a lot of milk in there either, in that udder, and it's quite hard. And also don't be caught on the fact that he looks hollow. That's quite normal for a ewe reared lamb. They can look a little bit hollow like this, but they should just constantly feed throughout the day. They shouldn't be like out here as a big balloon. That's a real bad sign. Looking like this, and then you see when I touch under it, it pops out like that. Whereas if it was empty, when I pushed it right up, it would really come out. There's actually milk in there. It's quite good. How about we turn you around and let them do the other side, eh? There's also the other signs that she's not doing. When you look at a ewe that normally feeds, they kind of make noise. You can hear the ewe behind me. See, this ewe isn't doing it, but the ewe behind me is talking to her lamb, where this ewe's doing none of that. Little buddy, that's not the place, because I want to show this your mummy's udder, and I don't want her to step on you. Can you stand up and come out, please? Come on, little buddy. Good boy. Like this. Don't you move. Oh, he's gone back on. How about we get your mummy outside for some breakfast herself, eh, buddy? Good boy. Good boy. You're a little trooper. You're a trooper, aren't you? You got this funny little black dot on your eye. Right. I'm just going to squeeze in here. So, if you see here, here's an extra teat. Here. And you see this udder isn't nice and squishy. It's very hard. There's not a lot of milk coming out. Hey! You've sucked it dry, buddy. And it's really quite hard. Now this side's a bit better. Right, let's get her out, get her some. You stay here. Get your mum out and get some grass and do it. So I'll show you your teeth. Can I have a look at your teeth, please? I really want to show you your teeth because you've dropped one. See how these are? She's got two big tutu teeth, and then next to it there's one missing because that one's fallen out. She'll have a new one coming in underneath it. Okay then. Right, little buddy. Hey, come on. Off you go. Out of the way. Good boy. Good girl. She's showing some love. That's what we want. Look at that. There's a little bit of love happening there. So what I'm doing now is I'm letting her come out for some grass. Pretty much leave her alone. I'm going to be in the house. I can see her. I'm working around here today. I've removed almost all the other distractions except for one ewe. Hey little buddy. Hello. G'day. Where's your mum? Oh look, she's making noise at you now. Good boy. Good boy. Back to mum. I'm not your mummy, buddy. She's still not really motherly yet, is she? We'll get there. Good boy. Good boy. Go back to mum. Go back to your mum. He's got enough in there. He's not packed full, but he's okay. As long as he goes in the shed tonight and stays warm, I think he's going to be just fine. I don't think she's going to need the naughty corner again. Though I still might pop in the naughty corner for the night when everyone else comes back in. Just so she gets that bit more of a bond. If we just back, and she's going to come and get him. So a little bit of an update, as you can see, the little fella's on the wrong side. Mum's being a mum. She's still feeding him. He's still growing okay. He's not quite as big as some of the others, but he's doing okay. And the ewe is actually acting like a ewe. And now I've got to get this little lamb. We've got to get up to the corner. There's a gate in the corner. Success.